You're watching The Breakfast Club.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ Envy, Angela Yee, Charlamagne the Guy. We are The Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building, Trae the Truth.
Yo, what up, bro?
Now, I don't know where Charlamagne is. I don't know
Call
where he
him.
went.
Let's see where he's at. Hometown hero.
Let's see how this works.
Trae slid into New York. Didn't tell nobody.
He did.
Oh, man.
He sent us flyers to his party, invites to his party tonight and all that. Oh, he didn't send it to you?
Nah, I sent it to y'all.
Oh, all right.
Your ass don't ever respond.
I see it. I was on
Let's
my-
talk about Envy not responding, Trae, for a second.
For real,
my
huh?
goodness.
Oh, nah, he ain't send me the voice, man. Nah, he got me fucked all the way up.
Or Trae the Truth.
See?
Okay.
He ain't send shit to voice, man.
Well, Trae the Truth is here. He has a new album, Hometown Hero. And you know what? Before
Very
we talk about the
appropriately
album,
titled, by the way.
Before we talk about the album, I just want to say we respect and love everything that you did for Houston.
And still continue to do.
You hold Houston down, like no other. And we respect that and appreciate that, man.
I appreciate y'all, I live and die for that city, man.
Now, Trae the Truth, they called me one time, and they called the Breakfast Club and said, let's do this drive, and let's fill up a truck of everything that we could possibly fill up and send it down to Houston. Now, this was my first time ever doing this type of drive, so I didn't know that you were supposed to pack it up neatly.
You thought you were just going to throw everything?
That's exactly what I did. I just threw everything in that tractor
If you
trailer.
knew
Trae, what
we
kind of a
went
mess
through,
was that?
If you trust me, not only did the truck he's sitting there stay there for, they stayed there probably for an extra 2-3 days. That's how long it took us to
That's how much of a mess.
unpack it, and plus he just enjoyed himself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah,
I know
it took us a
Charlamagne
long
sent some
time.
Timbs.
They sent some Timbs.
Hopefully they don't look
Yeah.
like the Timbs he be wearing.
You know when your mom say clean up the closet and you just throw everything in the closet, close the door? That's exactly what we
See,
did for the truck. We
People
just
had people had the right and they had the good intentions. Yeah, but we suffered after that.
And I know a lot of things didn't make it onto the truck because it was too much stuff.
Yeah,
that was
well,
another issue.
Well, I didn't know that you're supposed to get crates and do it the right way. I didn't know. This is my first time.
I didn't know that we should send stuff respectfully.
And it was people, and I didn't have much help. It was just like people would just top up like I need help, and they would just help me. So it was a good thing because so many people just helped. It was just like
a nice show of solidarity for
Oh, my
everybody
goodness.
across the board.
it was so amazing, man. And I just respect and appreciate everything that you do for Houston, man. I just think it's dope, and people don't really know what you do for Houston because here he comes right here. They don't see it as much. Hey, Charlamagne.
Nigga, you late.
What's up, my brother? How are you? Good?
Yeah.
We talking about Trae the Truth and all the stuff he does for Houston now.
And how Envy sent us that truck that took us 4 days to unpack.
I was listening to Trae's album, Hometown Hero, man, and y'all follow Trae on Instagram. When the last time you been genuinely happy, Trae?
I think.
Why you say that?
Because sometimes Trae be seeming a little dark, and I get it, because, you're always dealing with something. You're always helping people. I don't know if people appreciate it.
Trae got a new baby
Yeah, on the way.
on the way.
On the way.
I know that made you happy.
Yeah, well, it did, but it's a little girl, so I don't know what I'm going to be into.
Lord have mercy.
Oh,
Buy
extra
more
happy.
guns. Buy more guns. That's what you got to do. But serious question, when the last time you been genuinely happy?
Believe it or not, I think the most peaceful I've been in my life probably been since the hurricane, just because I tuned everything out. And it's just been strictly helping people, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of calls that I get on the regular, I don't even tend to get them. People just respectfully just let bro do what he's doing right now. So.
How did you possibly do this album with everything? Because every time we see you, you helping somebody.
Yeah, so it's crazy, man. Me and Mr. Rogers were going like almost 6-7 months straight.
Shout out to Mr. Rogers. But just not to cut you off, I called the award show when we did the DJ awards, and I begged him. I said, I said you should add an award for the amount of work that Mr. Rogers did as a DJ. I was like, he should get an award
What show?
for that.
The Global Spin Award?
Global Spin Awards,
Okay.
yeah. And I was like, he should get an award for that. They didn't do it this year. Hopefully they do it next year. But I just wanted him to know that it
Right.
was seen, and we seen what he did. And
I
we
don't think people
definitely.
take it for granted. I really do feel like that. Like
Well,
they
let
take
him
for
finish
granted
answering
the
his
work. Oh,
question
my bad.
about the album.
Yeah,
Go
I'm
ahead.
sorry.
Oh no, I ain't sure because all of it go together. So I mean, the album will come. Some people do take for granted. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think people understood the amount of time and stuff we put in there. Because I don't know if y'all know, recently he just got diagnosed with diabetes. So it's a lot of
Mr. Rogers?
Yeah.
Oh,
so
man, I ain't know that.
so we kind of risked our family, health, everything because we were out there. Imagine us up at 8 in the morning every day going to 9, 10 at night to where we just shut off our regular, normal lifeline, which leads to the album. I was doing this so much, I kind of just started ducking doing music. You know what I'm saying? Not like necessarily scared, but it's just like I done went this long without it, man. Just don't talk to me about music. I don't want to do none of that. And it was a tricky situation because I'm the vice president of Grand Hustle, but then, you know, Tip and them understood, and we was debating at first because he always be like, man, what you doing so much more bigger than this music stuff, man. You might have got your call, and then, you know, he used to piss me off again, like I told you earlier. Like
I want to rap still.
Yeah, like, nigga, don't make me stop rapping to go, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to balance it, but I think just growth as a person and seeing everything that we've seen over this short amount of time lately, I get it, you know what I'm saying? Because people that you'll never imagine come running up to me talking about I inspired them to where they trying to do their own relief gang type stuff in their cities, you know what I'm saying?
How did that feel when people call you their hero? Like I even saw Snoop post, and Snoop was like, my hero.
Yeah, man, it's a blessing. It's still a humbling experience. I think one of the highlights of it, man, me and Rogers we had partnered with Cigna, and I took 180 something families on like a $75,000 shopping spree, and coming in there, it had to be about 500-600 people, but this little boy was sitting there, and then he walked up to me and opened his jacket, and the shirt say Trae is my hero.
Wow,
So, yeah,
dope.
Yeah, it was dope, man.
How much weight did you lose, Trae? You lost a lot of weight, man.
You in shape for real.
Yeah, I'm trying to, health is wealth, man. I
Is it
really
good weight loss
look,
or stress now? Is it good weight loss or stress?
Nah, it's good weight loss.
Okay.
But I was pissed because I was looking at some of my old pictures like, fuck everybody who let me look like So we making it work, man.
Right.
Yeah.
So what was the mind state recording the album, though?
So what happened was everybody was trying to make me take a vacation. I was like, nah, I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? So I knew at the end of the day I was going to have to face doing the music. I mean, it's what I do for a living. So I said I was going to go to Atlanta for like 3 days, and whatever come about with me in the studio is what I'm going to do. If I went in there and did a song, then I was just going to be dropping a single. If I did a few, it was going to be an EP. But once I got in there and knocked the first one out, I ended up knocking out 12 joints.
So you knocked out 12 joints in them 3 days?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
What was the first song you recorded?
Days I Prayed.
I knew you was gonna say that.
Real?
Yeah, I just feel like you went in the studio and with everything that was going on in Houston at the time and everything you was doing, you was praying for a lot of strength. I know that had to be it.
Yeah, Days I Prayed. One of the most touching ones on there was the intro when I actually told everything was going on with Harvey. I don't know if y'all seen the video, like the video really. And it's so crazy in that video.
Oh, What About Us?
Yeah, What About Us? In that video, the lady who was on the second hook, the lady with cancer that I went and saved, she just ended up, her and her daughter passed.
Really?
But it's just like, it's crazy situations, you know what I'm saying? But it keep you going though.
So when you was on Instagram and you was talking about all these funerals you was going to, some of them was your partners, but some of them were just people you had met during that the tragic situation, the hurricane?
Yeah, because when I run across people, man, it's just genuine. It's so crazy. I done got a goddaughter from out of all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, I dang to adopt so many kids, you know what I'm saying, and then families, because when I come across people, I don't want to be that person, you know, I help them and then leave them and understand they're going back to their situation. So I just, you know, I tend to stick around. I call and check on them, pull up on them and do other little stuff.
So you got a whole new family out of this.
The whole city, really.
Yeah.
So what does Houston need now? How can people continue to help Houston? Because a lot of people say, okay, hurricane's over, we're done. But like, I'm sure there's people still effed up out there.
Man, bro. 500,000 homes and over 2 million cars. There's gonna be at least 5-10 years, man. And the money situation's still the same. When you reach out and you ask, you know, in any tragedy, a lot of people know to go to FEMA and stuff. The main thing you hear in Houston is they got denied and they trying to tell them to go get a loan. But imagine if you was already struggling and then this happened, but then you get denied and they tell you go get another loan. You're going to be upside down
really
to 3-4 times. So now some people be like, just fuck it, I'm going to start over. I don't know what I'm going to do. So
What the hell did J.J. Watt do with all that money he raised? Does anybody find out yet?
Still have no idea. I mean, I know they say he was, he posts stuff here and there about rebuilding or whatever, but, you know, I got to the point where, man, it's just, you're going to do what you do, I'm going to do what I do.
It would have been so much more powerful if he would have embraced a situation where you guys could have been.
Put something together, yeah.
Embrace the people that's on the ground. That was my thing. Like, anybody can raise money, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
But that money got to go to people that's actually on the ground getting things done. I don't think JJ was on the ground at all. I didn't see him.
And I tell people the reason I reached out to him out the gate was strictly to bring him out there. Because my thing is, I'm one of the people, I'll bring you out there and let you make your own decision. Because once you come across these people, if you genuine the way you are, you ain't going to do nothing but find a way to help them. So,
And that's really how you know what people need, too. Because you might think something and then say, okay, I got to get, but maybe they don't need clothes right now. Maybe what they need more is homes and places to live and more stability and food.
But
you just don't know.
In the process, man, it's kind of the gift and the curse. As far as the curse part, it was more just having to deal with the headache. Because then you had a lot of people looking at us like, oh, man, you just complain and let that man do what he do. And they were like, we were never trying to direct him what to do. We wanted to just show him, really not only show him, help him at the same time, because in these charities, everybody gunning for money. That's just what it is. And they may tell you, it may take you $100,000 to rebuild a home, and it was taking me and Rogers $20,000 or $30,000 to rebuild a home. To where we could have showed you could have made it stretch. I mean, it's street mentality. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna go spend everything. I'm gonna do just enough of what I can to try and stretch it and make it work, and that way it help everybody. And then the good part of it is, if he would have came, then we probably could have saved him so much more, and he could have spread it in different ways. Because if you got somebody directing you what to do, and they not out here seeing it as well as you, not how you know they directing you to do what's right. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
You got the song "What About Us." Did you ever feel like that when you was out there? Did you ever feel like "What About Us"? Was that immediately after the hurricane when y'all was like on the rafts and y'all was going to rescue people? Did you feel like y'all was just lost?
Yeah, I think right now we still lost, because you got situations. Let's see if I go to, let's say I'm going to Envy, the one who's supposed to be helping me, right? So I go to him, I'm explaining to him everything that's going on in my family, but Envy like, oh yeah, I hear you. But Charlemagne, that's what he do. You know what I'm saying? So you send me to Charlemagne. Charlemagne give me like, yeah, but Angela may do that. So then I go to Angela. Angela like, no, you was at the right person the first time, Envy. I go back to Envy. You like, well, there ain't nothing I could do. So now you got people just frustrated like, man, fuck this shit. Like, I don't know what I'm going to do. And then what people fail to realize is, at some point it's going to get real bad, because who's to tell you not to find a way to provide for you and your kids? So you're going to have to do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying?
Now, with Trae Day this year, do you do something different for Trae Day this year?
Yeah, Charlemagne coming this year.
Oh, that'll be a first.
This
Every year he say he
I'm
comes.
gonna be there this year.
because he ain't
Every
been there.
year.
I'm coming, bro.
Every
I'm coming.
year.
This my 11th year.
Give me
He
the
got
dates
to
now so I can get that in right now.
July 22nd.
If he lie
July
again.
22nd. No, for real. I'm sending this to my people right now. July 22nd. I
Make
got
sure
to
he
be in
won't
Houston.
fly in and fly out. You got to get him through a whole list of things he got
I'm
to
going
do.
to keep him with me. He can roll with me the whole time.
July
man.
22nd. I got to be in Houston. I sent out a text just now.
So what's happening this year besides the fact that maybe Charlemagne's going to show up?
Ain't no maybe. I'm gonna be there.
Like she said, maybe.
He laughing too.
I mean, we working, of course, the album Hometown Hero. When we get off air, I'm going to show Charlemagne the cartoon. You just missed it. So I did the deal with 420 TV for the cartoon, the whole new season.
Breakfast Club got an episode on there.
Yeah, a whole episode dedicated to him. And
It looks good. By the way, we got a nice little sneak preview of it.
I got an idea for Trae Day though. I want to do remember me and Duval used to do the Hood State of the Union? I want to do the live Hood State of the Union with me and Duval.
As long as you
That
show
might
up,
be-
you can do whatever you want.
Nah. If we get a nice little venue that can hold like 400 or 500 people.
because I'm stuff like that, the stuff probably going to be needed anyway, because I'm going to do a whole weekend of just different stuff. Yeah. Of course, that scholarships, I mean, we're doing a little bit of everything. I don't know if y'all know they gave me and Rogers a whole nother holiday, so I got 2 holidays in Houston now.
Dope.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm talking about. Now, in the midst of all this,
Wait. Before you do that, before we leave Trae Day, what kind of animal you bringing this year?
Man.
Something that can swim. They still got flooding and all
yeah,
that.
and we got another camel.
This guy. We
Yeah,
had camels. We had snow one year. You tried to get a giraffe one year. What animals you bringing this year?
I think this year we could try for the elephant or the giraffe.
The
We'll
elephant or the
try.
giraffe this year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my! Right in the midst of everything happening, and you being a hometown hero, the lawsuit that you filed against RadioOne. RadioOne still refuses to acknowledge you, even though you've been doing a lot of work on the ground, been touching a lot of the people,
Which
and
is
really
some
just out there.
complete sucker shit.
To me, this would be the perfect time to say it's time to bury the hatchet because we all got to come together. And this person, Trae the Truth, has been out here doing the work, helping other people. Maybe this is bigger than a grudge that we have and a beef that we have from the past, but that didn't happen.
Yeah. I think and what I want people to understand was a few things, man, because recently, out of all these years, you would think people would know. First thing people say, hey, they still got you banned in Houston? Like, bro, I've been banned worldwide. It ain't never been just a Houston thing. And
all RadioOne stations.
All RadioOne. And it's not necessarily just about getting my record played. It's just about placing people in a situation where they can't deal with me at all. Because, in the way it's operated is they have the right to refuse business to anyone. So if you align yourself with me, then you're really cutting your lifeline with them, period. So some people who big enough, they can't just handle like that. That's why so many artists from across the country stand with me. But then you have those that don't necessarily have the power and the juice that some of them have, and they'll put them in that situation. And I used to get mad about it, but then I understand at the end of the day, you got to feed your family. So if it come to feeding your family, choosing between feeding your family and being all right with me, then feed your family, bro. I ain't mad at that.
I just feel like, whoever's doing that at RadioOne, that's abuse of the platform. Because if you're denying people aid and relief because of your personal issue you got with Trae the Truth, that's whack. Like, you won't even direct people to where they can get help?
You one of the first people to say that, because people don't understand. If you blocking me in the corner constantly, if you imagine all the people that I've helped thus far, I probably would have helped probably times 10 that if I wouldn't have been shielded away from the world.
Yeah.
So blocking me is blocking me from being able to feed so many others. You know what I'm saying?
Have you ever had a conversation with anybody over there, executive-wise?
No. That I think it's to a point now where it's a pride issue.
But aren't most of those people gone that had beef with you 10 years ago?
Yeah, I mean the one who we had words with, she gone, but the one who responsible as far as the program director, she's still there. I think she's been there probably as long as anybody has been a program director.
So now you have another lawsuit filed.
Yeah, I got to. At this point, I got to stand up for what's right, and I feel at this point, it's all about God's timing. So, with that being said, I'm not necessarily just even standing up for me. I'm standing up for everybody because the city of Houston needs it now, and there's so many others that need it. So, I got to stand up and fight. And at the end of the day, if I stand up and fight, even if I don't win, at the end of the day, I know I did what's right. And I mean, it's just to a point. You either gonna stand for something or you gonna fall for anything. I mean, it's kind of even like the Meek Mill situation. That judge, I feel that judge is abusing her authority because you seen the people speaking. You had people do things 50 times worse, but because this man is on a dirt bike or something like that, you feel like, hey, let me just strip him away from his family for 2 years to make an example. And at some point, people got to remove that pride and just look. I could have made a bad decision, you know what? But regardless of that, let's just fix it from here on out. But then you got people who will be like, man, I'm going to go to the grave without saying I'm wrong.
And you can respect somebody more when they can admit that they were wrong and at least try to move forward. I respect that. I can't respect somebody who just has a grudge that's meaningless and doesn't help anybody and benefit anyone. It hurts people.
So what is the lawsuit? Is suing them for defamation of character,
I would have to look at it.
Alleged defamation, gross negligence, and tortious interference with prospective relations by an ongoing ban at the station.
Well, what's the win? What's the win? Like, what's the win for you?
Honestly, deep down, man, I feel it'll be peace of mind for everything that you stripped me for these going on 9 years to allow me what's rightfully mine. Because you got to understand, people feel I may be big. I'm one of the most respected artists in the industry, period, hands down. But you got to think I can't get a deal because the labels don't want to align themselves with that because what about their upcoming artists? You know what I'm saying? I ain't been on a real actual tour. If you're a promoter, you can't promote with me. Right. And if you do promote with me, what happens when I'm gone after I do my show with you and gone, and you try and go do business with them and they deny you. So then people are at a point where I don't even want to take that chance to even promote him for a show or something. So it's like it's so many ways I'm shut down. So at the end of the day, I'm just fighting for what's rightfully mine. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What I was stripped of and what I feel the people were stripped of, because again, put me in the corner, you ain't gonna find nobody who's gonna put that much time into the people as a whole in general.
Has this affected Grand Hustle because you're vice president of Grand Hustle?
I think it affects them as far as when they do certain things together. Like I've never done a birthday bash in Atlanta and stuff like that. I ain't not allowed to, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because again,
It's RadioOne.
yeah, so stuff like that. But as far as just the artist itself, it's kind of a tricky situation. You have to really just monitor it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I just sit back to see how it is, because it's one of them situations where I could be like, your record ain't jamming enough. Try again. I can tell you that 50 times. There's nothing you really can do about it. So
Right.
it's one of them situations you never really know.
So even in the birthday bash, they won't even allow you in the building. With
Yeah, I've never been in one.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And let me clarify this, because I believe that program director's Hurricane Dave. Every time I see him, he cool as can be.
What up, Dave?
We respectful, you know what I'm saying? I got respect for him, he got respect for me. But I'm a solid nigga, so it's like I never want to put people in them situations to where I watch them have to go down the drain as far as because they align themselves with me, you know what I'm saying? So, and I feel that's the right way to be about it, because I could be like, if everybody, let me figure out a way for me, and it's like I ain't never been that type of person.
Right.
You got the song "I'll Be Fine." Is that something you keep telling yourself?
Yeah, I believe so. I mean, and it wasn't even just that ain't got nothing to do with radio. That's just in life, from just thinking about all the partners I've lost, from Screw to my brother Clip to everybody. Is just like how you say you feel like sometimes I just be in a dark mind state.
Mm-hmm.
And true enough, I do, but I feel at the end of the day I'm built for it. I'll be fine.
All right.
Yeah.
You come up with a name for your daughter yet?
Truth.
Oh, okay.
Now, everybody be like, okay.
Name of Houston.
Well, my son named Houston.
Okay, got you.
So look, everybody be like, you name her Truth because your name Trae the Truth. But
That's
no.
what I thought.
No, see, that's typical. But you know how you have different people, it's different meanings, you know what I'm saying? Whether, like, one of my cousins named his baby Seven. You know, a lot of people have different spiritual things. And I feel like Truth, it fit in so many different ways, along with the fact that her daddy named Truth. But majority more for biblical reasons, because her name would be Truth Isabella Imani.
Oh,
You know what I'm
okay.
saying? And when you go look them up, all of them mean different things as far as faith and other stuff like that. So even though I know she probably gonna give me hell, we're gonna make the best of the situation.
Hey, you're a good guy. I'm sure she's gonna be an outstanding.
But you
young
know,
lady.
I don't whoop kids, so
There's
I
nothing
know
wrong with that.
No, I know what I'm saying, but I know she gonna run her territory.
Trust
So
me, I got two of them. I don't even know what to do in my house. I don't have no control over nothing. You know what I mean? My daughter will do something, I tell her not to do it, and then she'll smile at me.
I was
and
just
hug
gonna
me.
say,
I'm
you
like,
have to look
"Ah,
at her and
man,
be like, man, you know
yeah,
what, you
man."
got it. Yeah. So, I mean, and it's crazy. She come around Trae Day.
Wow.
Yeah, so we're gonna see what this.
That's
If
gonna
I
be
don't
amazing.
make it to Trae Day, everybody know why.
But
Charlamagne will be there standing in for you.
I'm telling you, man, a live
If you
State
don't
of the
make it,
Union
Trae,
with
and
me and
Charlamagne
Duval.
comes for the first time,
Yeah, we
It
gonna
might
make
work out
big.
like that.
You better be there.
I think that'll be dope. A live Hood State of the Union with me and Duval. We ain't done one
I'm
in
for it.
years.
Just gotta find
bring
a
it
place.
back.
Yeah.
Now, are you going to go on tour? For hometown.
If we find somebody that's bold enough to stand with me, then yeah, I'm gonna be there. Work is, I love to work. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
As far as I'm consistent in everything I do, whether it's the community or the music. And if the opportunity presents itself, yeah, I love to be on tour. I mean, who don't? I mean, sitting at home, you ain't doing nothing. You know, so and then you got to go get that money.
Right.
So how you been
Yeah.
making more revenue with it?
I'm just one of them people, man. I adapt to my environment, man,
Right.
regardless of whether it may be. I make a lot of cartoons. I don't know if y'all seen. I need to send y'all's up here. I'm part on a bump box, the radios
Yeah,
that
yeah, I see.
everybody been having. I mean, I just do a little bit of everything, just as far as living wise. But I have a catalog that's so old. You know, I've been in the game for over 20, so that cover my bills regardless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But as far as my new stuff, I ain't really making how I can make. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You get the looks and the push, but capitalizing off of it how it's supposed to be, you know, that's gonna be a little long process for me.
Yeah, I saw when Jeezy bought you out the other night. You ain't said a word. The crowd was singing the song.
Yeah, and it's crazy. I haven't, man. I got so much stuff. It's like every day somebody coming to the city, they bringing me out. So I ain't even posted half the stuff. I just posted Ross last night. I just posted one from Ty, but that's how it is, man. And it's even more crazy. Like out of all the years, it seems like people be more excited for me now. It's like they feel I'm them. So when I come out, it's like it just be crazy, man. So it's a humbling experience because when I put the project out, I was just doing it because at the end of the day, a lot of people wanted me to put something out, but I also wanted to show the world what was really going on in Houston through my eyes. And I didn't have no expectations. At the end of the day, hey, if you listen to it, cool. If not, you know, I respect it. But when you put it out, then you have people like LeBron and everybody else posting it organically on their own, you know, that lift your spirit. So
Absolutely.
I think people were inspired by the work that you were putting into it. They went to the back catalog and they realized, like, damn, this dude really is Houston. He been repping Houston hard all of these years. Absolutely. I think it just made more sense to them after that.
I think, and I feel it's a new beginning, man. It's this. I feel I'm at a different chapter in my life. So, you know, whatever come about out of it, I'm prepared for it.
What I think is really dope is I feel like there was a period of time when it seemed like there were a lot of artists that weren't trying to touch you, come near you, do collaborations. A lot of things weren't happening. But then it feels like slowly as you keep on grinding and working, because some people might have said, I give up. This just isn't going to work for me. This business can't happen because nobody's fucking with me. But then you just kept on going. And then, you know, then we started seeing, okay, it's a collaboration here. Then people started saying, okay, I'm going to bring Trae out here. And just even outside of Houston, working with other artists. And then T.I. saying, you know what? Now you part of, you know, Grand Hustle and then maybe vice president. And it's like you can just see people saying, okay, you know what? I don't care about no band. Like, I'm down with Trae no matter what.
I feel like more young artists are standing by you than older
It took some
artists,
time, though, for that to happen.
I see, like, you got Boosie and T.I. on now, but everybody else is, like, new, dog.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people stand with me, man. I mean, because you got to realize a lot of relationships I got, we don't really always talk about music. That's just like me and you, nigga. I might call your ass 1, 2 in the morning if I'm just. And so a lot of it more family because it's nobody I really can't call. It don't matter if it's Nas, if it's J. Cole, if it's Puffy, if it's Snoop. Anytime I reach out to any of them, they always there.
Did you ever feel like I don't want to do this anymore?
I don't think it's ever a point where I could ever openly say, yeah, I give up. And I don't even think I'm built to give up. But I can say it's been times where you get frustrated, like you just don't get it. Like, if you know you're a solid one, why is everybody giving you the cold shoulder, all these doors closing, and you feel like you fighting the world on your own? So
I can't is kind of like that, right?
Huh?
I can't.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So it get to the point of that. And I think the more frustration wasn't even just for me, it was more for my kids, because it's like my kids and my brother, like my brother Jayton, he rap, but fact is he my brother, so guess what? He can't get he can't get played in the clubs.
Wow.
He can't get played on the radio. He's just as talented as me.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's like having to deal with knowing you're responsible for other people not having a fair shot at life. Like my kids, one of my kids disabled. You know, I started a foundation. You know, my son Danico, we started Unique and Gifted. But it's like, in my mind, it's like everything y'all stripping me of, y'all putting my kids through this, the worst. You know, and my kids be happy regardless at the end of the day, because I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? Without the money, without the name, I'm still
Daddy.
the one they look up to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it just get frustrating to a point that I have to watch everybody else go through something on behalf of me,
Right.
which wasn't that serious in the first place. So it only really make me fight that much more harder for them to figure out ways to make sure everybody's straight.
Right.
Why didn't we see more Houston artists on the ground with you, though?
Man, I don't know. I think to be honest with you, I was happy the way everything went. As far as me and Rogers and the relief game was just people who came to volunteer, period. And let this be known now, we ain't received $1 for ourselves. While how everybody do their charity, well, let me do a budget and
Right.
I need to. We don't get nothing out of that, and that's why I salute all the volunteers that come out with it, because a lot of people leaving their job to come sit with us and do this and do that. And I think I wouldn't change it the way it was. I don't think it really mattered if it was more people doing with us if they wasn't, because I know what we were doing, we moving on impulse from the heart. And I think that's bigger and better than anything to me, because I don't want to be that guy like, he could have did this, and I ain't finna count his pockets and say, well, he got this, he should have did this. At the end of the day, if it's genuine and you want to do it, do it. If not, all right, we got to get it done somehow, some way. So, yeah.
We look forward to always helping you, brother.
My man Trae the
And
Truth.
we'll see you in Houston Trae Day.
July 22nd.
Yeah, y'all see Breakfast Club
the whole
on
weekend.
420 TV, new
We gonna see-
cartoon.
We gonna
When
see
is
you,
it coming
Charlamagne?
out? When's the cartoon coming out?
I believe the episodes start airing in June. So the people at 420 TV, they were part of the creators of HBO and Stars.
Oh yeah, I want to talk to you about them budgets. Somebody hit me up about doing something for 420. I want to see what that them budget's like over there for them shows.
I ain't complaining.
Okay, all right. All right.
It's Trae the Truth. It's the Breakfast Club. Good morning.